All right, today I'm gonna be changing the game. I'm gonna be cooking a deer meatloaf. A friend of mine gave me a pound and a half of ground beef, or ground deer rather. I have some ground deer, but he gave me something to try. So I'm gonna put it on a meatloaf and see how it turns out. So stay with me, stay tuned. We have the ingredients for that meatloaf. What we're gonna do, you can pick whatever seasoning you want for your meat. I got the meatloaf seasoning, I got chili seasoning, of course ketchup, breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna do some baked potatoes on the grill. So what I did, I washed these russet potatoes, washed them thoroughly, rinsed them, and then I bathed them in butter, wrapped them in aluminum foil. As you can see, they're wrapped up right there. And we're gonna put those on the grill for a couple of hours. And over here, I have my ground deer that's getting ready to go in there. I'm gonna mix it up. And this is what I'm gonna mix it up with. I got ingredients for that. Over here we have the bell peppers that I've diced up and the onions that I've diced. I'm gonna mix that into the ground beef along with some seasoning. And of course, I never cook deer, or really any meat, without preparing it with white distilled vinegar. That kills any game or animal taste that it may have, and it keeps the meat tasting fresh. So we're gonna mix all this up, and I'm gonna bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for approximately an hour to hour and a half, and or until it bakes away from the side of the pan. Okay. Out here I have my grill. I had it fired up. Put the grates back on there. Want to get it nice and hot because the potatoes are going to take a while to cook, but they're really good coming off the grill. So now I'm going to go ahead and wrap those, bring those out and put those on, close the lid and let them cook for a while. I placed those on the grill. I spaced them out around the hot spot. The hot spot is in the middle. I just want them to kind of get that heat from the side, so you know they can bake real slow. And the trick to this is when you can take a toothpick and stick it through the foil and it goes in easily, you know those potatoes are ready to come off the grill. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in I'm going to put a little tenderizer in here, a little meat tenderizer on it. See that? It looks like a lot, but really you have a lot of meat there with a pound and a half. And hold on, don't sneeze. The black pepper, put that in there, okay? I said don't sneeze. Woo, I'm talking to myself. Okay, now, of course, just a little bit of salt. I don't like to add a lot of salt. A little salt, because the other seasonings have salt in them, if they have salt already. So now we've done that. Go ahead now. I'm gonna add my seasoning, which is, like I say, you could pick whatever kind you want, whatever you choose. Put that in there. And the meatloaf seasoning. Okay. Those two in there. Now, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this Creole seasoning in there. That's not a lot, just a little bit, okay? All right. And of course, my vinegar. Maybe about 3 tablespoons worth, really. Enough that it's gonna, I don't want it to be vinegary like a barbecue, but okay. Now, breadcrumbs, according to how deep or dense you want that meat to be. Okay, so now you see how it's looking there. All right, and it's hard to cook ground meat of any kind with a little more Creole seasoning of a different kind I'm putting in there now. Okay. All right, now, one other thing you have to add that I didn't bring to the table but it's not a big deal to put it in there. 1 large egg. I'll make sure you put 1 large egg in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack it. And this is with ground beef or ground deer, really. You wanna put an egg in there. It just helps that meat to gel together. And now, we got all that done. I'm gonna go ahead and mix my diced onion and bell pepper. Mix those in. I normally have these in a bowl, but it's coming straight from where I diced it. Straight down into there. Okay. These things make me cry. These are sad moments when I get to deal with onions and all this pepper and seasoning and everything. So now, okay, all that. Right here, I'm gonna add, I'm still sniffing. I'm gonna add a little bit of ketchup to the top of this, okay? This is just gonna mix in. Okay, so now you can mix all this up, okay? Start like this. When I do my deer meat or any other meat, I kind of like the vegetables to be a little bit chunky. I like to have a lot of bell pepper, lots of onion. And of course, I put 2 bell peppers in here, 1 whole onion. If you don't want yours as chunky as this, of course, you just put maybe half bell pepper, half an onion, or you know, to whatever your desire is. But I like for mine to have a little bit more vegetable because I'm going to bake it a little longer until those things get real soft and tender in there. And it just makes it a better, to me, I just like the texture. I like the texture of that. So, all right. Stir this in real good. Okay. All right. I'll show you what it kind of looks like in the bowl. All that's going to bake down to pretty much nothing. Anyone's ever cooked with onions and bell peppers, you know that when you cook them for a while, they're nothing but water. So they're going to cook away almost to nothing. So now we're about ready to add this to the pan. I'm going to preheat the oven and we're ready to go. I have here a non-stick pan, but I added just a little bit of oil to it at the bottom. I'm getting ready to apply this here. And my oven is preheating now to 350 degrees. We're going to put this in here, smooth it out, and we're ready to put it in the oven. We've got it in the pan, smooth it out like I want it. And we're about ready to stick it in the oven for about an hour, hour and a half. And then we'll top it off at the end with some more ketchup across the top, mostly for decoration. But we should be eating good here in just a little bit. Okay, we're about to start our meatloaf on this journey. We're at 350 degrees. And we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven with the chef. Right here. Alrighty. And we're gonna add these to the grill. Some wings. We'll go in with the wing flap up to start. Kind of keep them away from that main heat. I don't want them to cook too fast or burn. And there we are. Add those on there with the potatoes and give them a little while to cook. see where we're at. We're at about 300 and, yep, about 350 on the grill. Roughly about 350, so we're good. Alrighty. Come back out here and take a look at these wings. See how we're progressing there. Oh, yeah. Okay, the potatoes are doing good. So go ahead and flip these back over. We'll flip them once and flip them again. I try to keep them in the same exact spot on the grill. That's just my little thing I try to do with them. It cuts down on the sticking part. If you can keep them in the same exact spot. And that little piece likes to stick through the grill for some reason. Okay. And then I'll roll these potatoes. Roll that over. Roll that over. Make sure we get a pretty good even cook on that. And sometimes I just cheat and go ahead and use my hand. I'll just go ahead and grab it, flip it. I don't recommend that, but that's what I do, just kind of give it a quick flip. And you can see how we're coming along there. Doing pretty good. We'll take a look at this meatloaf. Just looking at the progress on this meatloaf and see how it's coming along. It looks like it's doing pretty good. So we're gonna give it a little more time in here, and we'll check back in later. Take a look at these. This one I'm gonna move a little bit closer to the heat because it's not browning like I want it to. But the rest of them are doing pretty good. Put these around. Okay. Alrighty. And we'll be back. Yep, these are about ready. Take these away from the heat. Yeah, these are ready. Here. Take them away from the heat. I'm going to transfer these over to the heat. Just to let them cook a little bit longer. And we're ready to take these off, and I'll leave those on a few more minutes and they'll be ready as well. Here we go. I think these will be, yep. Yeah, I think so. The fork is going straight through. I mean, with no effort at all. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and yeah. And then I'm going to clean up a little bit and get ready to throw some burgers on here. I'll start testing those potatoes after a while. It's been about an hour. Usually about an hour, hour and a half. And they're good. I want the burgers over the heat though. I'm going to do it and get these out of the freezer. So. Something I can throw in the microwave real quick when I come home from work. I got a few things I have to do this week, so these make a good little quick meal. Alrighty. And I got this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these. That. Yeah. That. like that. There we go. And close the lid on it. And we should be good to go in just a little bit. We're getting closer and closer to dinner time. All right, time to check on these burgers and the potatoes again. Oh yeah, burgers need flipping. Okay. And now it's time for the test on these potatoes. Perfect. Those are ready to come off. So I'm gonna close it for now. Go back and get a container, put those potatoes in, and we're good. We're almost done with the grill. On this meatloaf, looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna put the ketchup on it and let it simmer for about 15 minutes and we're good. Okay, we got our ketchup and we're gonna stick it back in there and let it simmer for about 15 minutes and she'll be ready. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and retrieve the potatoes from the grill. I can scoop them up with a spatula, put them in here. And we're almost ready to have dinner. The burgers are really about done. Separate them from the heat a little bit. The hot spot. All right. And we'll just let them sit here for another maybe 5 minutes, and then I'll take them off. And we're good to go. Okay, we'll go ahead and take these burgers off. I know they're good. Okay. And I'll come back and clean that grill while it's hot. And that way the charcoal can finish cooking it and keeping it clean for me. Okay, we're gonna run over this and clean it real quick. I like to clean it while it's hot. And scrub it down. Okay, it has done its job. And close it up. Okay, here we have the final results. Meatloaf, a grilled baked potato, and grilled wings. We're ready to have dinner. And it looks good. Of course, you know I have to taste it. Here we go. The taste test. Yeah. It's on point. So again, don't be this guy. We are changing the game. Here at Heath Shooting Outdoors, we cook, we hunt, we fish, we catch, we clean, we cook, and we eat. So hit that subscribe button, join the family, come on in so you don't miss any of our videos. We're gonna be posting them. They're coming quick. All right, y'all have a good one. Happy fishing and happy hunting. Be safe.